I was sitting at my favorite spot, which I would call my meditation spot, where I used to sit and read a whole novel in a day on Sundays. I was never a church girl, but I firmly believe in God. So on Sundays, I would wake up early and do all my morning routine, like cleaning the house and washing utensils, and then I could shower, put on cute clothes, and then I could take my novel, the one that I would have probably borrowed at school earlier. My spot was on a long cliff. Down there was a river, and behind there was a partial forest, but I could see people's homes not far away. I loved the silence of the place. I loved the fact that I was alone, and I loved the peace. Watching the water flow and feeling that cold breeze made me forget all my problems. So, one day, as I was sitting on my spot, enjoying a lazy Sunday afternoon, I heard a loud noise from above. At first, I couldn't identify the noise, but as it grew louder, I realized that it was the sound of an airplane. I looked up to see a small plane flying low overhead. As I looked up, I noticed the plane was struggling and sputtering. My heart raced with fear as I saw it start to descend toward the ground. "Oh my God, is that plane going to crash?" I shouted. I could see smoke coming out of the engine as the plane made a rough landing in a nearby field. I immediately rushed off toward the crash site. When I got there, I found that a young pilot had made an emergency landing due to engine failure. He was visibly shaken but seemed mostly unharmed. "Are you okay? Do you need me to call for help?" I asked him as he stumbled out of the plane. "I'm alright. Just a little shaken up," he responded. "All I want is someone who can help me fix the airplane because I had an emergency," he added. I asked if he needed any help. He looked up at me with a mixture of frustration and gratitude. "Actually, yeah. Could you take a look at the engine?" After inspecting the engine further, I found a problem with the wiring. The liquid coolant had caused the wiring to corrode. I quickly got to work, repairing the wiring and replacing the coolant. And after I was done, the sense of accomplishment I felt was indescribable. I had done my job and was able to help him start on his journey safely. I had never worked as an engineer before or repaired anything. But this one gave me some extra pride. I had fixed an airplane engine without having to call in for help or take the plane out of service. That kind of self-reliance was exactly what I needed. He nervously walked onto the plane. As he settled into his seat, I heard a voice that seemed to come from him. "You are destined for greatness." And that was when I heard a voice calling me to wake up and go to school. And that was my mom. And that was when I realized it was just a dream. So, I was dreaming. It was vivid and colorful, and it felt incredibly real. That morning, as I went to school, I was still trying to process what happened. Even though I knew it was all a dream, it seemed so real, and it was hard to shake the feeling that this could have been my life. I was reminded that reality is sometimes much more painful than dreams and that the longing for something that isn't real will never go away. But I'm still thankful for the dream. Despite it being just an illusion, it gave me hope that one day my life could be just as complete, happy, and content as the one I experienced last night. Written by Liz.